now we shall be distributing the major industries of the world, that is the big industries of the world. When I talk of the big industries of the world, they are three in number. First of all, the iron and steel industries, the textile industry and the information and technology industry. The iron and steel industry and the textile industry are amongst the old industries of the world, and the information and technology industry is the emerging industry, the new industry that we have. But we have to remember that besides the smaller industries, these three big industries constitute a very important position in the distribution of major industries. Well, let's pick up first of all the iron and steel industry. When I say iron and steel industry, one thing is very clear, that iron is the major source of such kind of industries, the raw material of these industries, and it too involves the process that we spoke of. You remember the input and the process involved and the output. So, the input which are required for iron and steel industry are the iron ore, coal, limestone and so on. When I talk of the process that is involved, that is what is done, then in that case it is put into the blast furnace and the smelting is done, by which it gets refined and the output is the steel. So, another example we have given of the process of the industries, that is the system of the industries. Earlier when we spoke of the system of the industries, we spoke of the textile industry, and here is an example of iron and steel industry, wherein the iron ore is the raw material and the process involved is of the smelting and the output is the steel. Okay. The steel is called as the backbone of the modern world. It is required at almost all the places, whether it is the kitchen utensils or it is the making of the ships, the trains, the trucks, the aeroplanes, rather not aeroplanes of course. All this involves what? Involves steel. Okay. Now, this industry also has taken a major turn, and the turn is that before 1800 such an industry was situated, was initiated, was set up at a place which had plenty of raw material, which had good power supply and running water. But things changed after 1800, and now such an industry is based where there are coal fields, where there is connectivity of canals and railways, because the production is not limited now. The production is done on a huge scale, so it has to be sent to various parts of the world. So, unless you do not have a good transport facility, whether of the ports or the railways, and then you have bigger supplies of the power that is required, such an industry cannot survive in the modern day. When I talk of iron and steel industry in India, there are few hubs of such an industry, and those are Bhilai, Durgapur, Burhanpur, Rourkela, Jamshedpur and Bokaro.